Welcome to the Smoke Room. This is episode 14. The Smoke Room is back off its long hiatus. I can't help it. I've been busy like a motherfucker, but I came back and I got up-and-comer in call. He has hit the call scene hard this year, but I just want to introduce Brent Harvanator to the show. What's going on?
Hi.
Hi. But as you can tell, that's the retard Brent, but...
Oh, I see how this is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those interviews, is it?
Oh, yeah. No. But anyway, I appreciate you coming on my show at last minute. But I'm going to get this show started off with the first question. What made you inspired to be involved in call, and what went through your mind making Brent what he is today?
Well, like most people, getting into core was a complete accident after, watching wrestling and looking up random things on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But I actually started getting into it way before I even knew what core was, when I was just playing around with a wrestling game in 2006 and just started making characters willy-nilly and just playing with them. And that really motivated me into core, and in 2007 I realized what core was, so I've been watching it, trying to get involved in it, and Brent was the first success that ever came from me into core through a lot of development. He started a complete mess of a core, but as people can tell from today, he's turned into a pretty big name, unintentionally. I never thought he was going to get this big, but apparently evolution does weird things if you sit, be patient with it, and just experiment with new things on the wrestling games.
Oh, yeah, I completely agree. Coming from somebody who had to rebuild his career like 3 or 4 times, I know how you feel. And how do you feel, another question of mine, how do you feel the difference between when you first, before people started getting to know who your character is, to now, basically the call politics of it all? How do you feel about that?
Oh, well, I didn't have the best start in CAW. I only had, 2, 3 friends when I started, and a lot of people didn't really care for my opinion or understand who I was, underestimated me when I started, and that has changed completely now because, I proved myself. I didn't let things get to me that much. I just became more laid and chilled back, and that's pretty much just changed how people see me, and the core as well just got a lot better after that.
Yeah, and with popularity though comes a lot of haters. So I can tell you, just buckle up and get ready for the ride, because they're gonna hate regardless. So
oh, I've got plenty of haters. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, but that's all you can do is just laugh at them, because they're gonna continue and continue.
I just laugh at them because their arguments against me are just very ridiculous.
Yeah. Next question is, we've seen how you built yourself up. Who do you think is? I know who you're gonna probably say, but who do you think is the next big star in call that ain't been really recognized yet? That you.
That's a very hard question to answer. I would have originally said Evan O'Shea, because Evan O'Shea has been a pretty good star. He's been breaking out a lot lately, but he's in leagues now he's in a lot of leagues now, so I can't really say him. He's won plenty of championships. I'm going to say Loudon Styles, because he's been very underlooked. He's only won a few championships, and he's done a lot for CAW. He's been a commentator. He's been helping with booking, I believe, and other stuff like that. He definitely deserves more credit than he's been given.
Yeah, I completely agree. I've known Loudon for a long time, and his calls, he actually over the years, he improved them over the years. I seen his version of Loudon on 13, and he did a pretty good job on it.
It's definitely a unique thing, because last year and this year, more things changed. He's got more Japanese inspired into him, and I personally believe that's a really good character for Loudon to play as.
Oh yeah, that's what he likes. So that's what we all do with our own calls. We put our character into him, and that's exactly what he did. But moving on, we're going to talk about your league a little bit, RSW. some people probably ain't never heard of it because you ain't got the episode out. But tell everybody what to expect when you get it out and what type of people you got in it, and etc.
Well, many people know RSW as that league that has been promised for years and never came out because I've had a bit of issue with how the show would come out on my end because I'm very picky and I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to things. You know, if it's not perfect in my eyes, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I've got it at the case now that I'm very happy with it and I would start recording, but my capture card at the moment is very pixelated in that, and I really don't like pixelated things. I don't like my microphone that I'm using right now too because there's a bit of feedback on it. You know, you can hear my lisp a little bit. You know, like I have a lisp, I don't really have one, but it comes across in the microphone that I do.
Yeah.
So I try to make the show as perfect as possible with graphics and that, and a lot of editing as well. But when it comes to CAWs, I usually make 80% of the calls that are in it, and I ask my my friends for calls now and again. Like I believe I've got Loudon, Evan, I've got you, Smokey. I have a few other people's calls. I can't really remember them all right now, but at least 80% of the calls are mine because I've been really creative with my content. I've been trying to make them to an angle where I could book them into a sense where I can keep them around for a couple years maybe, and probably get rid of them and probably not lose anything. Still have pretty good history with them in it.
Yeah. All right. My next question is, I'm not for sure if I always said this already, but what's your biggest challenge being an up-and-coming star and got the publicity that you have been getting? What is the biggest challenge to you when it comes to haters and all the other stuff to continue doing this? Because sometimes, you know, people are dumb and they just spit out what they want to say. You know what I mean? Like they hate on me because such and such, you know, because I'm in this league and I'm in this league, they want to hate on it. But what is your biggest challenge on keeping yourself motivated to continue doing this and continue building your call?
I am not gonna lie. Last year and midway through this year, I pretty much said I'm probably gonna give up call. It just became a hassle because people were just bugging me about everything, and they were just, you know, annoying the shit out of me, and I just did. I don't like the community we're in, no matter like what people will say about it. A lot of people in this are either little kids or people that are just trying to start trouble for themselves, and that's pretty much the biggest thing that's bothering me in core because it's just demotivate isn't a word. Demotivates. Fuck, I'm trying to think of the word there. Demotivated. Yeah, that's
something
it.
like that.
They just demotivate me from doing CAW in general. Like I did say on a couple occasions that I was going to quit because I was done with it. But I would just miss it too much making the characters and shit like that. And it's become a hobby of mine that I've been doing for many years, more than a lot of people understand. I've been doing this since 2006 without knowing what core was.
Me too.
And it's just that much fun to me that I wouldn't give it up completely, but at times I just think that it's probably best if I just take long periods of time off and just relax.
Yeah.
And come back to it when
I'm
fresh and remotivated.
That's the best thing to do because I just got off I took a break because I had to get away for a little because I spent so much time promoting Smokey and doing these top shows and stuff like that. I was just like, I need to just take time off and just refresh my mind, and now I'm back. And there's no telling what's gonna happen. But I just want to let everybody know because people think we actually got a beef. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Because of our little
fun.
thing. Everybody thinks we have a beef because of our promos and everything else. I just want to clear the air right now. Me and Brent, there's nothing wrong with me and him. Me and him's good friends.
Yeah, it's something called kayfabe. We try it the best we can. We just get into character, and we just try and insult each other for the sure hell of it.
Apparently we're selling it pretty good if people think it's real.
Yeah. It's like if I say right now, hey Smokey, this interview sucks and I hate you.
You probably do. Mr. H2.
Gone too far. Now I hate you. No.
I had to say it. I can't help it, Brent.
I hate you.
These people don't know what I'm talking about, so why?
Yeah, we're just gonna ignore that.
All right. Next question. What league do you I know there's not a lot of leagues that many people watch nowadays, but what league has drew your attention lately?
Well, I can't say a lot of leagues have drawn my attention because I've said I'm a perfectionist. I like the sense that people have put effort into their work and how much effort they put into it, and to make it look unique compared to everything else. The league that caught my attention a lot recently is not much of a league anymore as it is a story, but it's called Pro Wrestling Dynasty.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that.
It's a really good Japanese-inspired co-league or story, whatever the hell it is. And I just love the originality behind it. The characters look fantastic. The matches are played through and edited fantastic. And the graphics they made as well is just amazing. I just love the perfection they put into their art. And I know the guy's been doing it for a while as well, so I'm actually pretty happy to say I've been watching it since day one.
Yeah. It takes a lot of work to do, especially if you want to make it perfect. It takes a lot of work that goes into it to do something like that, because you got to make sure this works right, and you got to make sure nothing goes wrong with the recording, and it just a nonstop. I don't know what the word is, but it's something.
It's something, yeah. Let's just go with that.
Yeah, that works. But
way to look intelligent on your own show, Smokey. Way to look intelligent.
Hey, I never claimed to be intelligent, so I'm just Smokey. But moving on, we're gonna go off call for a second. But I want to know what is your favorite like wrestling organization? Like wrestling.
That's hard, really, because I don't like WWE anymore. It's become very boring for me to watch. It's the same old now. TNA, I still don't like who they are pushing and all that. I don't think it's right for them. I would say New Japan Pro Wrestling is probably my favorite company.
That's cool. I don't really watch wrestling no more, to be honest with you. I just nitpick on some things. Like, if there's something that draws my interest, I'll watch it on WWE. I don't really watch TNA. I ain't never really got into it. I tried watching it a couple times. It's not my cup of tea, and I'm getting to the age right now where I got better things to do than just sit here.
It's just weird to me because I still watch WWE, and I'll be watching TNA later tonight because it's on at weird times here in Australia, obviously. Oh, if you didn't know, I'm Australian. Hey!
Yeah, he got a different time zone. It's like what time there?
It is like 1:12 when we're doing this.
Yeah, it's like 8 here.
Yeah, it's just the weird time zone, so that's probably a difficulty in call most of the time.
Yeah.
But it's just that I absolutely detest most of the stuff they're doing in TNA and WWE right now, like Jeff Hardy being the TNA World Champ and that being undeservingly done, especially against guys like Austin Aries, a wrestler that I've enjoyed for quite a while now.
Yeah.
I just like the heel characters more than the face characters most of the time, and if there's not a good heel character or a good face of the company, the show isn't really worth watching. Like New Japan Pro Wrestling, they always have good world champions, except for Brock Lesnar that one time, but it's still fun watching.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Like I just watched Power Struggle and their newest pay-per-view, and the match between Prince Devitt and Low Ki was fucking amazing. If people haven't seen it, they should at least give it a look.
Alright, moving on. Let's see. Let me run down my list real quick. This thing organized. This interview's never organized, so I got all the questions in my head. So we're gonna move on. Brent, how long do you feel like you can continue on doing call? And you know what I mean? How long do you think you can do it? Like a year or 2 years?
I would, I'll always be playing the wrestling games, to be quite honest, because I don't see myself not creating things, because I love creating things no matter what game it is.
Yeah.
The wrestling games just have a lot of creativity that I enjoy. I could see myself doing it until, let me just give a weird estimate. About 2020, I think I would be definitely doing it for, and after that, maybe not, because maybe I won't have time for it. Maybe I just won't like the people that are in it. I don't like half the people that are in it as it is, but maybe that majority will enhance, and I won't enjoy, posting the shit up anymore, or I just won't like looking at anything.
Yeah.
It just depends on like what's out at the time and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I want to say something here to everybody else. I noticed something when I was gone that my popularity grew even more somehow. I don't know how, but with that came a lot more haters. And I don't know if you know about it, but the SC made my theme the second worst theme right behind David Arrow. How would you feel if that happened to you? But my personal opinion before you answer that question is that I don't really care. It's kind of funny to me that I can get that kind of rise out of people even when I'm not here. And people hates on me and my character because of the past, and they can't get the child mind wants them to continue hating on me. But all I'm doing is laughing. And back in the past, I would make a video and I would make a rant video, and I would call them out on it. But now I just can laugh at them. I ain't gonna name them names like I used to. I could very easily do that, and I could be hardcore like I used to be and just start attacking people. But I'm not like that no more. But my main question is, why are dumbasses like this for real though? They don't really know anything good if they actually think my theme's second worst. That's kind of funny in my opinion that they actually think my theme's one of the worst themes in Call.
Well, I just never found anything like that to bother me. Like people say, I'm the CM Punk ripoff and everything like that. It doesn't bother me that much anymore as when it started because I didn't like it at all because I've been doing my best to keep Brent as original can get, and people can still say that to a point. I made one mistake with a promo, and that pretty much bit me in the butt, but it doesn't bother me anymore as it did when it started.
Yeah, it's kind of a repetitive thing, It never changes, even the hate or anything like that. It never changes. Like, people can call me a hillbilly or say that because I'm from Alabama or something like that. But it just continues and continues. And after a while, you just like, damn, these people are sad if that's all they can come up with. But yeah, I'm kind of running out of questions. Do you want to promote anything or talk about anything else?
Well, if you can find any more questions, that would be fan-fucking-tastic, because I'm actually having a little fun with this. But if it's seriously come to that point where I have to plug things, I have, my YouTube account, which is Brent Harvanator, little B-R-E-N-T, capital H, and then little A-R-V-A-N-A-T-O-R. I'll fucking comment that in the video. I don't care.
Yeah, we did do that.
I can do that. And my Twitter is I think it's at Brent Harvanator, spelled, capital B-R-E-N-T, capital... I'm not spelling my last name again. I'll just leave that again. I'm not fucking...
I had a question, but you just made me laugh and made me forget about it. Hang on, I'll fill you in just a second. This is the most disorganized interview ever. Okay, y'all. One of my last questions was, let's see. Continue talking while I'm trying to think.
All right, try to think. I know it's a hard thing for you to do. It's all the brain. Let's try and use it.
Shut up. What the fuck?
I also have the RSW channel for when RSW kicks off, hopefully in either January or February of 2013, depending on if I get my new recorder by then. It's called RSW on YT, which is capital RSW, little ON, and then capital YT.
Yeah. But yeah, most people don't know, but you used to, back in the day before you actually got well known, you was actually a big fan of mine. And most people probably don't know. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up. But I appreciate all your support throughout the years, Brent. We know we had a rough ride, but we made it through it. And I appreciate you coming on the show. Maybe next time be a little bit longer, but I'm in a hurry to try to get an episode up.
Yeah, and I think this episode's about, I don't know, I'm going to estimate about 20 minutes long now.
It's a little bit over that, but whatever. But yeah,
I wasn't counting, okay?
Me neither. I was just talking. Maybe next time we interview, be a little bit longer and I have a lot more interesting questions for you, and I apologize for that. But this is Smokey and Brent. Say peace and whatever.
I will say peace my own way, the Australian way. Goodbye.
All right. But this is the Smoke Room, episode 14. It's good to be back. I'm sorry, y'all, for this episode being short, but what can I do? I've been gone for a while. I don't know what to talk about or nothing like that anymore. But I'm going to be back on my saddle and ready to go. Until next time, this is Smokey. Peace out.